How's it going, guys? Back with an update on the self-cast Ice Spear Inquisitor. Um, I managed to 6-link the expedition's end, and I have thrown everything in here. Got Ice Spear, Greater Volley, Spell Echo, Slower Projectiles, Hold the Fire, and Fire Penetration. And what this does is all damage with hits can freeze, nearby enemies are chilled, and I freeze enemies as they're dealing 90% more damage. So that increases freeze duration, as well as the threshold for freeze. So I also threw on the replica to Salio's Sign. That gives me added cold damage against chilled enemies. And I can probably scale this up. As well as, like, this is a ton of flat damage. It says my cold damage cannot freeze. So what I'm doing is with Cold to Fire, converting 50% of Cold to Fire. I also have Avatar Fire on the tree, converting the other 50% of Cold into Fire. So I'm doing all fire damage, and all damage with hits can freeze, and nearby enemies are chilled. So my fire damage is not chilling. So I'm thinking about the potential of maybe skitterbots to rely on chill more consistently, because it'll run away from me. So I don't want to be nearby, because being nearby is not as good for the Ice Spear. Alright, let's see how it's going here. End of Act 8. I really don't think that the Greater Volley is helping against bosses at all. I really wish I could use Barrage. Barrage only works with bow attacks and wand attacks. If I could use Barrage with this, it'd be insane for bosses, being able to swap that in. I don't think the GMP is really much better. I only think it's gonna like hit twice. There's still a lot of upgrades I'm going to be making to it. Still just throwing things together. Still leveled out of a lot of the gear I have saved. And I just qualityed up my Ice Spear as well. Ice Spear gives 40% increased projectile speed with quality, and I don't really want that, because faster projectile speed is increasing the distance before it goes to the second form. So I'm going to use my primary grading lens that I got on this Ice Spear. Now it's a divergent Ice Spear, and now it does 20% increased cold damage. Yeah. And now this explodes closer. There was a 20% reduced distance possibility there, as well as +2 pierce possibility there as well. So I will update again once I get more geared on the character, because looking fairly decent. Got the 6-link, but I still got some leveling stuff. Kind of bad. So we'll keep upgrading. Okay, at this point I've made a few upgrades. I threw on a pretty nice wand that I had. It has flat latent damage to spells, but everything else on it's just pretty amazing, so not a bad choice. I put on Devouring Diadem that I found a couple days ago. First time I've ever played with Eldritch Battery, and it's working okay for the time being. A lot of my good gear is kind of ES based, especially the shield that I still have yet to come. Upgraded boots. No open prefix on these. Belt's not amazing, but suffixes available. And then there's the amulet. So I was trying, I was hitting the amulet with life harvests crafts And I hit this, and it would have been insane for me to reroll like 4 T1s and T3 all attributes. The accuracy is not really useful, but insane. 10% chance to gain Power Frenzy or Endurance Charge on kill. And just like Ball of the Unyielding, give me another 8% chance to gain Endurance Charge on kill. So I'm charges up during clear really nicely. Helps with damage, helps with crit chance, and helps with Fizz mitigation. I also killed the one Flask Einhard Beast in the Menagerie and got a Sorrow of the Divine. That gets me Zealot's Oath during Flask effect, which converts life regen to energy shield regen, and life flasks also apply to energy shield during Flask effect. So, kind of cool. But eventually, with Pious Path, life regeneration also recovers energy shield, so I can drop the flask and not lose the life regeneration. And I also get ailment immunity while with Consecrated Ground. So that's going to be awesome. And let's kill Kitava. Why don't we? Yikes. Kind of get hit a little bit. I haven't gone to Mind Over Matter with Elder Batter yet. I'm not happy enough with my recovery. Would prefer Life Leech's Energy Shield. I think comes with the Ascendancy. Should have probably already done Merc Lab, but also okay. Got Searing Bond, I've got a Void Sphere, I've got Flammability. A lot of buttons to use, and I have a Sniper's Mark. In case I come across hexproof stuff. Gonna take some playing around at some point to really figure out if the volley is the best play on this for bosses. I'll definitely do some messing around with things at some point. But for now, I just need to like get leveling, get the rest of the gear. We've got a nuts shield that's coming. And then get the ascendancies. Hopefully I can do that in this video. We'll see. Ow. I would really like some Pierce. Maybe that's what I replace. The Greater Volley with. Especially if I can get something like a, oh, what's it called? Dying Sun. Dying Sun would be fantastic. Give me additional projectiles. And there we go. Act 10 done. Alright, this is going to be the last update for today's video. Currently level 77. And I've done a few different things here. So I put on the Devouring Diadem, using Energy Shield for costs, and since I have done my Uber Lab, Consecrated Ground you create causes life regen to also affect Energy Shield for you and allies, and I'm ailment immune and it lingers for 4 seconds, so yeah, it's really good. Consecrated Ground also causes enemies to take 15% increased damage, extra layer of like shock, and then there's the fanaticism. It's hard to use. I think that's because I have a wand and shield. If I had a scepter and could use something like a vigilant strike or smite even. It'd probably be a little bit more reliable to like get the buffs up than having to do the shield charge thing. And it's also weird that how it's 1 second after that you get the charge. After the attack, it's 1 second. But it still goes off. Boss damage feels bad, but I think it's because of the volley. If I it's something I'm gonna have to play around with. But I need additional projectiles somehow. So I think I'm gonna try and see if I can farm a Shaper up on the other character and see if I can do that. So here, I'm gonna show like pretty much what is the best case kind of map for this character. Gonna be a T11. Everything easy except for monster life. T11 map at level 77 is kind of nuts, but this map is also very straight. Like I can off-screen most of everything here. And yeah, I should mention something on the passive tree here as well, as it's very odd. Like I'm a pure fire build, and I'm spec'd into Ash, Frost, and Storm, which is increased effect non-damaging ailments, so it's increased effect of the chill and freeze. So it increases the duration of the freeze. Enemies become chilled as they unfreeze. Increased effect of cold ailments. I took the right side of this, so this is all like cold ailment stacking. I'm eventually going to come down here. I want assassination, but this is also another 20% ailment effect. It's really helped my ability to freeze things, and I just hit a level 18 Ice Spear. So there's a lot of damage just from the gym level, and still, like, T11 map. As long as I am away from what I'm trying to attack, it's free. And then there's like, okay, I know I'm at 3 charges now, so I'm going to stop shield charging until I see something that I want to, like, obliterate. Like so. But even when I'm getting close, like, just clearing through maps, I'm killing stuff, even though I don't have that initial pierce when things are close. But yeah, a map like this is just so ideal, because I can pretty much off-screen everything. And then you'll see how the boss damage is going as well. Like, it doesn't feel near as impressive as this. And this guy has extra cold res, or I guess it's fire res. I'm using Ice Spear, but I'm cursing with flammability. Using Scorching Ray Totem. And I'm even using a Void Sphere to hinder, suck things in, so I can attack it from range easily. I haven't been doing ultimatums on this character at all. I don't know how to do it. I have to stop and attack from range, and every ultimatum I've done just does not work that way. You are constantly fighting things that are behind you while you run in a circle, rather than like kiting things from like a good distance to hit them. Like, it's just like too much. But it's coming along. Also stone circles, so still goofy. Getting flammability on hit would be really nice. I mean, I do have a ring slot kind of open. There isn't much going on in this ring. Figuring out what to do with the rest of my mana could be pretty nice as well. I'm not using a Corrupting Blood Jewel yet either. So the play is I go into more damage with crit multi, or I just rely on the gem levels for like the next damage increases, just grind it out, and then invest a lot more into life regen because it also affects the ES regen. That's something I'm going to be looking for. I don't see this amulet ever getting replaced. I don't see this shield ever getting replaced. This shield is insane. 139 life with some ES and 73 spell damage and all res. Extra chance to block. It's just too good. That shield's not going anywhere. I could almost say the same with the wand, but I really might look into a scepter. I still believe my gems are correct. I have not really dug too deep into Path of Building, but yeah, there's still the like whole greater volley thing. Skitterbots, Hatred, and Vitality are my auras, and I have Void Sphere, Steel Skin, Enduring Cry on Second Wind. Shield Charge, Faster Attacks, Fortify. And then yeah, the Flammability I'm just self-casting currently. Put a portal just in case. That a lot of time the fanaticism catches me off guard. Like I'm almost not ready for it. Yeah, the constantly having to move though, like this boss in particular, like it just runs up to me and I'm not getting a solid freeze on it yet. But it's just, to me, just means the damage isn't there because I am freezing everything. Like even most rares on the way up here. And for hexproof stuff, I do have a mark, which is really cool because it kind of does all kinds of nonsense, but I really like the Void Sphere for the hinder. When they let me do damage, like I can deal out a lot of damage. Survivability is like not bad. And there we go. Boss down. T11 map at level 77. More to come on this one tomorrow.